The Stardust Drifter, my vessel, shuddered, throwing me against the navigation console. Alarms blared, a cacophony of red alerts that pierced the eerie silence that had blanketed the void for the past week. "Report," I bellowed, my voice cracking against the automated clamor. "My name is Captain Alara Vance, and I've navigated more treacherous asteroid fields than I've had hot meals." This, however, felt different. "Captain, we've dropped out of hyperspace into a graveyard," growled Jax, my first mate, his reptilian eyes wide with something I rarely saw, genuine fear. The viewport displayed a scene of utter devastation. Shattered hulks of warships, some dwarfing even the Drifter, drifted like cosmic debris. Twisted metal frameworks painted grotesque shapes against the star-dusted canvas. Energy signatures, faint but insistent, pulsed from the wreckage. Remnants of battles fought and lost long ago. "Sensors are picking up extreme temporal distortions, Captain." Zara, our chief engineer, her forearms a blur as she worked, her voice tight with anxiety. Zara was a genius, a member of the silicon-based Xylar race. "We're in a localized anomaly. Chronoton particles are off the charts." "Chronoton particles?" Jax hissed. "This is the cursed battlefield of Xylos. The legends are true." He spat, a gesture of disgust. Cathars were superstitious, and Xylos was a name whispered with dread across the galaxy. I frowned. Legends were for tavern brawls, not for navigating reality. "Legends say what, Jax, besides scaring my crew?" The Xylos conflict, Captain A war between the Ethel and the Krill, two ancient races, locked in a millennium-long battle for everything. Anyone who enters vanishes, or worse. Ignoring his grim pronouncements, I focused on the sensors. Whatever temporal disturbances were at play, they were messing with our systems. "Zara, can you stabilize the temporal field? We need to recalibrate the warp drive." "Working on it, Captain. But it's fighting back. The anomaly is drawing on our ship's energy reserves." Suddenly, a piercing shriek filled the bridge. It wasn't a mechanical malfunction. It was organic. I gripped my plasma pistol, the familiar weight, a comforting presence. Then, something emerged from the shadows of a colossal, broken warship. It was unlike anything I had ever seen. A hulking behemoth of chitin and bioengineered weaponry, it resembled a monstrous insect, its multiple eyes glowing with malevolent crimson light. It was Krill. Before I could react, a barrage of energy blasts slammed against our shields. The Drifter lurched violently. "We're under attack," Jax yelled, scrambling to the weapons console. "They're Krill! I know those damn designs!" We returned fire, our plasma cannons spitting bolts of searing energy. "Shields are failing, Captain," Zara reported, her voice strained. "We can't hold much longer." Just when I thought our situation couldn't get worse, a second vessel emerged from the wreckage. This one was sleek and elegant, its hull shimmering with an ethereal light. It pulsed with power, a stark contrast to the brutal, insectoid design of the Krill ship. This was Ethel. Before either of us could react, the Ethel vessel unleashed a concentrated beam of energy that struck the Krill ship squarely in its center. They were at war, locked in a deadly dance that had lasted centuries. "Captain, both ships are hailing us," Zara said, bewildered. "The Krill are demanding we surrender the Ethel. They're offering us sanctuary." I considered our options. Neither side inspired confidence. Surrender to the Krill meant certain death, sanctuary with the Ethel. Well, sanctuary rarely came without a price. "Let's hear what the Ethel have to say," I decided. Patch them through. The holographic image that materialized was breathtaking. They were tall and slender, radiating an aura of serene power. "Greetings, Captain," the Ethel said, their voice a melodic whisper. "We are Lyra of the House of Elysia. We offer you safe passage through the battlefield in exchange for assistance." "Assistance with what?" I asked, wary. "The Krill have reactivated an ancient weapon, the Kronos device. It threatens to unravel the fabric of space-time. We need your help to disable it." "A Kronos device? Unraveling space-time?" This was getting ridiculous. If the krill succeeded in their goal, the entire galaxy could be at risk. "What do you need us to do?" I asked. Lyra outlined a daring plan. We would use the dire Stardust Drifter's stealth capabilities to infiltrate the krill flagship, the dire's Venom Fang, and disable the Kronos device from the inside. It was a suicide mission. "This is insane, Captain," Jax protested. "We're pirates, not soldiers." "We're survivors, Jax," I retorted, "and right now, surviving means stopping the krill." We rendezvoused with the Ethel vessel, a ship called the Sun Chariot. They were formidable, their movements fluid and graceful, their weapons humming with energy. The journey to the Venom Fang was nerve-wracking. We navigated through a labyrinth of wreckage, dodging krill patrols and energy blasts. The Ethel warriors moved with deadly precision, silencing any opposition that came our way. Finally, we reached the turret of Venom Fang. The Ethel used their advanced technology to create a temporary breach in the krill shields. We slipped inside, landing in a dimly lit corridor filled with the stench of decay, twisted metal, pulsing organic matter, and krill warriors at every turn. The Ethel warriors led the charge, their energy blades cutting through the krill like butter. I followed close behind, my plasma pistol blazing. We fought our way through the ship, reaching the Kronos device chamber. It was a massive, pulsating structure, humming with raw power. Krill engineers swarmed around it, monitoring its progress. Lyra stepped forward, her eyes glowing with determination. "This is it. Disable the device." I examined the control panel, trying to decipher the alien symbols. Zara's knowledge of alien tech came in handy. With her help, I identified the primary power regulator. "This is it, Captain," Zara said through the comms. "Disconnect this conduit, but be careful. It'll release a surge of temporal energy." I took a deep breath and severed the conduit. A wave of energy washed over me, throwing me back against the wall. My vision blurred, and I felt a strange, tingling sensation all over my body. Time seemed to warp and distort around me. The hum faded, and the chamber fell silent. We had done it. As we fought our way back to the Stardust Drifter, the Venom Fang began to self-destruct. We barely escaped with our lives. The Sun Chariot was waiting for us, ready to pull us to safety. Back on the Sun Chariot, Lyra thanked us for our help. "You have saved the galaxy from a terrible fate, Captain Vance. The Ethel are in your debt." "What happens now?" I asked. "Now we return to our war," Lyra said, her voice tinged with sadness. I looked at her unwavering resolve, and realized that the war was more than just a battle for territory or resources. It was a fundamental clash of ideologies, a struggle between order and chaos, creation and destruction. Lyra offered us a parting gift, coordinates to a hidden cache of valuable resources, enough to keep the Stardust Drifter running for years. We returned to the Drifter, leaving the Sun Chariot to return to the fight. As we engaged our warp drive, leaving the cursed battlefield of Xylos behind, I couldn't shake the feeling that we had only scratched the surface of a much larger conflict. And I, Captain Alara Vance, would continue to navigate the treacherous currents of the cosmos, forever changed by my encounter on the cursed battlefield. The coordinates Lyra gave us led to a small, uncharted moon orbiting a gas giant. There, hidden beneath the surface, was a cache of rare crystals, enough to make us rich beyond our wildest dreams. We weren't soldiers, but we had made a difference. We weren't heroes, but we had saved the galaxy. And that, I realized, was enough. As the asterisk Stardust Drifter jumped into hyperspace, leaving the ghosts of Xylos behind, I knew that the universe held endless possibilities, endless dangers, and endless adventures waiting to be discovered.